Stoll set, and here's the pitch. High and tight, ball 4. So Stoll has walked the first 2 hitters he's faced here in the top of the 5th inning. And it's runners on first and second, and we're happy to be joined now by North Carolina Gubernatorial Republican candidate Pat McCrory. We'll let Pat put the mic on. And again, Pat, can you hear me? Are you doing okay?
I can hear you. It's great being at the Big Rock here.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast tonight. Again, a very special night in all facets. And one, I'm just glad you can hear me. Glad we got all the mic stuff worked out as Frederick lays down a bunt foul. But so welcome to Big Rock Stadium. How many times have you been out to Morehead City Yoga Stadium?
I've come to Morehead City many times, but this is the first time I've been to the Big Rock, and what an environment tonight. In fact, if you come by the stadium, right, tonight's a perfect night. The weather is unbelievable. This is Americana at its best.
The bunt down the third baseline, fielded by Mitchell, and they get Frederick out at first base as both runners advance. So runners on second and third, 1 down. And I tell you what, Pat, I couldn't have said it any better. Really, when I got on the mic at the beginning of the game, I said what a perfect night for baseball it was. And I've been talking about the atmosphere a little bit. And
it's almost like a Norman Rockwell painting tonight, with a local team playing the military, and we have great families here, and they're just enjoying. I mean, this is the best of North Carolina tonight, right here in Morehead City.
The pitch from Stoll, a called strike to Jared Hunt. So are you a baseball fan? Do you get out to a lot of baseball games?
I get out some minor league. We got a AAA team in the Charlotte region, but it's actually in South Carolina across the border. So we're trying to get it to downtown, but I've been to the Durham Bowls games, but this is the first time I've been to a game here in Morehead City. And to tell you the truth, I like this type of environment more than the major league environments. Watching baseball, part of it is not just the game itself, but the environment and the families and the kids enjoying each other and getting away from the TV and computers, which is so nice to see today.
It really is, and the count is 1-1 on Jared Hunt. So we don't really get out to see to this part of North Carolina all that often, or rather, I should say Big Rock Stadium all that often.
Big Rock, I get to this part of North Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, I spent a lot of time in Morehead City and Beaufort as a young boy. My dad and I would come here an awful lot, and we go out to Cape Lookout and do a little bit of camping out on some of the islands. And so when I come here, I think of my dad. I miss him greatly. I lost him 16 years ago, but this place brings me fond memories of family. And that's what this is it's a great family town. And it's a great military area, too. And with the military, these guys are heroes right now. They're the ones making the ultimate sacrifice. And to have them get to travel the state, I know they're going to Gastonia and then Forest City the next 2 days. They're working hard, too.
Absolutely. Not necessarily a fun trip. Us as the Marlins, we took that trip out, as I call it, the West Coast swing, just earlier this week. But how's the campaign going? I guess you get a little bit of a reprieve tonight.
Yeah, I'm taking a little break tonight. I had a little function earlier today, but today I've been in Charlotte, Raleigh, Kinston, Beaufort, now Morehead City, and I'm going to be going out to Harker Island tonight. But I'm going to spend 3 days out here. My wife's coming down with my dog, and we're going to let the dog enjoy this beautiful, beautiful eastern North Carolina environment. So my dog and my wife and I are taking a couple of days off and enjoying the quality of life here.
Certainly nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're out east by the beach, that's something you want to do.
We're going to be right at the point here, and I hope to get out on a boat sometime while I'm here the next 3 days. And then I got a big gubernatorial debate in Wilmington. I've got to kind of get into politics Saturday, but I'm coming right back Saturday and Sunday. So politics is interfering with a little break.
Certainly some deserving time off as the wild pitch scores the runner from third. It's 2-1. And this one's lined over the head of Matt Anderson into left field. Scoring from third is Lance Noel, and stopping at third base is Jared Hunt.
I thought the third baseman was going to get that one right there. It just missed his glove.
Line just over his head. So we're tied here in the top of the fifth inning, and Mr. McCrory, it seems like you might be the good luck charm for the military all-stars here. You hop on the mic, and they scored 2 runs here in the fifth to tie it.
I went and shook all their hands and thanked them for their service. You could tell some of these guys are athletes. They were built. It looks like a lot of them do a lot of weightlifting, and so that's the natural body strength. I mean, these guys, look at that guy's arms right now up there. I mean, he is built.
Well, I tell you what, that's the thing about these military guys is not only are they athletes to begin with, but then they're just these big guys. As you were saying, you look at the size of their arms. It's certainly not someone.
And a lot of them probably, I was talking to a couple of guys. I met a couple of guys who grew up in Arizona, played baseball all their life, and while they're in the military, they're getting to play baseball too. What a great thing.
Yeah, and that's one of the nice things about the military is that they get away from that sort of lifestyle when they get to hop on the baseball field a little bit and sort of take their minds off of everything else going on.
And any minute they could get called to Afghanistan or Iraq, and their life is changed. And I imagine a lot of these guys have already served overseas, so this is a great break for them. And I think it's great for the kids and the parents here to get to see the players too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Members of the military.
So. Again, you're a little bit of a baseball fan, but you were actually integral in spearheading the effort to get the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte while you were mayor in Charlotte. Tell me a little bit about that process.
Well, I'm a big NASCAR fan, and the NASCAR industry is very important in North Carolina, not just as travel and tourism, but all the teams, from the Hendrick team to the Penske team to the Petty team. They all have several hundred employees, and they're mechanics who can fix and repair things. And we need to keep that industry in North Carolina. And not only that, but it was started here in North Carolina. Same way Pepsi was started right down the street here. So we wanted to make sure we had the history of NASCAR right here. And it was great to see Dale Jr. win last week. And Dale Jr. lives right outside of the Charlotte area in Kannapolis. And Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, all of them have kept their homes in North Carolina. So it's a big investment, and it's great to have the NASCAR Hall of Fame in North Carolina.
We're joined now by Pat McCrory, the Republican gubernatorial candidate here in North Carolina. And Mr. McCrory, you were the 53rd mayor of Charlotte. You were served from 1995 to 2009. It's quite a long time.
14 years.
Mayor. Yeah. What made you want to take that jump to the governor's position?
Well, I just right now sadly, we've got the 4th highest unemployment rate in the nation, North Carolina. There are a lot of people hurting out there, and a lot of people are having a tough time finding the dollars to come here and entertain their kids. And we got to get North Carolina back to work. And hopefully, I can bring my skills from both the private sector and my leadership skills as a mayor for 14 years to the governor's office, which I think is desperately needed right now. We need a governor that understands business and understands how to grow business and how to help the entrepreneur. I just met a guy, a manufacturer right down here, and he said, Pat, manufacturing needs help around here. We got to keep building things in North Carolina. We can't keep just buy things. And this region, by the way, the travel and tourism industry is so important. This game, by the way, there are people from all over this nation here at this baseball game because they're visiting many of the islands around here and beaches around here, and they're coming to the game in the evening. So we're entertaining not only people from North Carolina, but across the nation right here.
And I tell you what, we certainly love it when we get people from, California or Michigan or wherever.
I've had some people from Charlotte come up to me, and they're at this game right now. I've met 4 Charlotte people at this game today. So hopefully they're spending their money.
So that'll make you feel right at home at least.
Well, I feel at home here anyway. I've got a lot of good friends in this region, and again, I spent a lot of my childhood here in the Morehead City region, and I just love it. And that's why I'm spending an extra 3 days here with my wife and my dog and my sister-in-law, and we're just going to enjoy the natural beauty and the people, and hopefully get some good food while we're here too.
So far, I'm originally from New Jersey. I've been here about a month now. I've been pleasantly surprised with the food down here.
We got to get your accent adjusted.
Oh, see, that's one thing I'm worried about. That's one thing I'm not resisting the country music per se. I'm easing into it.
No, it's just not the country music. You got to learn how to say hey instead of hi, and how to say y'all, and say yes sir and yes ma'am.
I'm getting accustomed to introducing myself first and last name. Up north it's hello, I'm Matt, but down here it's first and last name.
It's more like I'm Bond, James Bond. But I'll tell you one thing that I love. I grew up in Jamestown, North Carolina, and you learn how to say yes sir and yes ma'am to your teachers, to the police, to the sheriff, and boy, what a nice out right there. Just a third out, just to let the radio audience know.
I appreciate it.
Good defense right there.
It certainly was. So when it's all said and done, the military all-stars scored 2 runs after I said you were good luck for them.
Yeah.
They went scoreless. So maybe I negated your good luck for the all-stars. I'm not sure.
Some good pitching and some good defense there. Also.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. McCrory, we'll let you go. I really appreciate you coming on.
Welcome to North Carolina.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
When I become governor in a year, I'll declare you an official native of North Carolina.
I really appreciate that. Pat McCrory, the gubernatorial Republican candidate in the state of North Carolina. Thanks so much, and good luck on your campaign.
Thanks for having me.
The rest of the summer.
Thank you.
So after 4.5, it's 2-2 between the U.S. Military All-Stars and the Morehead City Marlins. Stick around. It's Marlins Baseball Live on the CPL WebPass.